Hi everybody. So I'm just going to do a reading today for the collective. It is a general read just for the month of August. I'm using the Good Tarot. They call it Baron Reed. Do collective read. Just to introduce myself too, I guess I never did that in my previous videos. My name is Heather. I have been reading. I started looking at tarot and reading a couple years ago now. I started reading for family and friends about a year ago now, and I just started, sharpening my skills and whatnot. So I just follow my intuition, what I get from the cards, and then what I will do, what I like anyway in tarot is when I get the meaning that the author had intended as well. I kind of like getting both meanings because maybe then or more than likely something's going to resonate with you. But yeah, so I'm just going to pull a few cards. Got two. Even if I can get one more cards for the collective. I need to know right now if that is good. Sorry. I just like to wait for them to fall out. So just give me a minute and bear with me. Getting there. I'm sure. Maybe that's all you're supposed to get. One more cards for you. There, a couple more. On the bottom, the Two of Earth. She's balancing choices with the sun above her head. Can't really see, but there she is. The card on top is the Three of Air. Oh, that's beautiful. Like making a choice or something. That's what I get from that anyway. The cards that come out was the Messenger of Water, the Seven of Earth, the Magician, the Five of Air, and Love. That Messenger of Water has been coming out quite a bit for me. Seven of Earth, the Magician, the Five of Air, and Love. Very nice cards. The Messenger of Water is emotion. The messenger bringing you somebody possibly coming to you with a message. Could be love, friendship, somebody who wants to get to know you. Messenger of Water. Very beautiful. And the Seven of Earth. You notice how they're both looking at and talking to two different entities, almost. The Messenger of Water is talking to the seahorse, or is listening to the seahorse. And then the Seven of Earth, he's looking at the fairy, listening to the fairy. It looks like listening to me anyway. Sorry guys, I know that's kind of hard to see. There's a little bit of a glare on there. Very good card. And then the Magician. And here you've got the fairy in this one too, sitting in the magician's hands, bringing something magical. Here, I wonder if I do this. Bringing something magical. Number one. Look at those eyes, hey? Bold and wise. And then the Five of Air. She's just floating. She's balancing on a wire. And she's holding the, looks like the world in her hands, dangling it. But she has no worries whatsoever. It's like she's walking a tightrope, but she's dancing on it instead of being scared. Here, let's see, what can I do here? A little bit better anyway. You see the, I don't know if you see the look on her face, but she's not too concerned. And those doves floating around. That's beautiful. The doves floating around. To me, that's being supported by your angels and your spirit guides. And then the 6 came out, love. The lion, Leo. The card of Leo. Love. Pretty self-explanatory, the 6 card. A lot of Leo in that one. A lot of pride, loyalty. And she's cuddled right up. To me, that's that fairy. To me, that's the fairy that's been in these other cards. Yeah, this story to me, what's been happening. It's like a balancing of the emotion with what's going on. A balancing of mind and body, spirit and emotion. And I feel like once that's all balanced, the magician comes in and magical things start happening. You start accepting yourself and being proud of who you are and trusting yourself. Trusting in your abilities and trusting in who you are at a core level, right? Like the essence of who you are. It's like a rediscovery of your strengths. And when you realize that, you know, we're only here for a short while and, you know, it's just a blip in time, our time on this earth. And once you come into balance and you truly understand that, you don't feel a lot of fear anymore. You're really become bold with who you are and what you know is right and wrong, and start really picking apart those things too, as to, you know, picking apart the things that we just learned from childhood, right? Like, you know, truly looking at who we think we are. You know, I believe it becomes a lifelong search as to, you know, the true essence of who we are. But once you're on that path, it becomes a lot more clear and things do start making sense. And things just start happening once you start looking within, right? So you need to maybe start embracing that, right? Start looking at who you truly are, the things that made you tick as a child really is where I went back to. That's where I began, and I started working on that and healing the child inside me, like the wounds that I endured as a child, and forgiving those who harmed me, and then forgiving myself for the actions I made while I was in that moment, right? We do what we have to do in the moment to survive, right? So a person can't hold on to shame and guilt, because it's not a life sentence. You know, once we forgive ourselves, it's time to let it go, and to let others know that they're not alone, right? And to accept other people. Sorry, my dog's barking. But I am going to read you the meanings of these cards like I said I would. Okay, water first. The messenger of water. Romantic attraction, chivalry, admiration, seeing the best in others, heightened emotional awareness, and a call to fall in love with yourself. That's nice. I need to look for the best in others and honor it even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and the knowledge that I am a part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. There is no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear when I am love and love flows into me powerfully. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So like I said, it could be somebody coming towards you, could be in love, could be in friendship, could be in work, anything like that. I don't think it would be work, but I mean, it can be, right? But to me, it's emotion in that card. So it could be somebody coming with an offer. Maybe they feel they feel emotionally attached somehow and they want to get to know you or something like that, and maybe they have means, for employment or a business idea or something like that. But who knows, some kind of person coming towards you anyway. Okay, the Seven of Earth is opening to a new strategy, being at a crossroads, and a decision to be made. As I reflect on my progress to date and see where I stand, I contemplate whether I want to continue singing the same song or change my tune. I am always free to go back and reimagine what I might co-create. If what I manifested does not serve me as I thought it might, I don't have to be afraid to admit it is no longer for me. Whatever I choose to do, I am not afraid to start over, for I feel assured that Spirit will always support my highest good. So that, I guess, is just, having a choice to make, being, like it says, at a crossroads, and maybe you've been following down a couple different paths and you're not sure which one you want to take. I think I got this in the last reading too, which is about, following your heart and letting your heart lead the way, right? Like, to me, that's what it comes down to, is trusting in your essence and who you are. That's what I get from that. So now the Magician, alchemy. When I am in alignment with Spirit's will, miracles are possible. When I see this card, I'm reminded that my will and skill alone will yield limited results. When I remember my partnership with Spirit, all is well. I'm required to explore my commitment to this co-creative alchemical relationship and see the results manifest beautifully. Through me, Spirit works magic. So, it's all about trusting in Spirit and just having faith in yourself and what you're doing is the right path. Even when it doesn't look like things are maybe going exactly as planned, or it's not, just that it's not going as planned, that you need to have faith and trust that Spirit has your back. And if it is truly your calling, you'll feel it in your heart, right? Okay, so I'm going to go to the Five of Air here, and it's tension and conflict. Makes sense, she's walking that high wire, right? But it says conflict is a good way to see my motives and intentions. I can use this experience to grow into a more authentic version of myself. It's not important to win, it's important to have integrity. Other people may have different ways of thinking and may not always be in agreement with me. I open to this opportunity to live and let live. So it's just accepting, that we're not exactly the same, and you're always going to have people opposing what you're doing, and, to always just maintain your path, maintain your integrity. Even if people are doing you wrong, doesn't mean you have to fight fire with fire and do wrong back or be resentful or, like hold on to those negative feelings. It's just about being true to yourself, right? Integrity is doing something good when nobody's looking. That's what it means to have integrity, is you still do it because it's the right thing, right? And what it comes down to is accepting people and having compassion for people that are coming out maybe as angry or, just coming at you with any kind of conflict, right? It's about trying to have love and compassion for those folks as well, right? Because they need it more, right? Because they're so lost within themselves and so distant from their own spirit that it's coming out in anger towards complete strangers, judging others based on their color or based on sexual orientation or their status in life or anything like that. Those people are so lost, right? Like they have to be so lost to look at others like that, and if you are so fortunate enough not to have that hate in your heart or to vibrate on those lower frequencies, then you're doing great. You're doing great, and you maintain that course. Don't let people, deviate you. And it's not even them, it's your choice if you deviate, right? Like if people are aggressive towards you, like keep not physically, right? Of course, like that's different. Protect yourself. But we're always going to have people that we will perceive as being rude or what have you, and we need to try to find it within ourselves to maintain love and compassion for our spirit, because when we do have love and compassion for other people, it maintains our spirit, right? But you know we still have to protect each other, like, and you can speak up without being hateful or coming out angry or anything like that. I lived a whole life of, when people were rude towards me or hateful or angry or racist or whatever, I would like attack, right? Like I'm not going to let you get away with this. I'm going to put you in your place, you know. And I was defensive my whole first half of my life. It was all about being offended by everything and taking things a lot of the time the wrong way. It was my own perception. I was looking at it and then being offensive, right? Like, and then I would like come back at you, and my way of thinking was I can do that better than you. I can, like, it was such an ugly way to live. It was such ugliness and darkness inside me. And once I found the light inside me, things started to change, and I started to work, and that all started by working on myself, doing prayer and meditation and my breathing exercises. I started, I started cutting things out of my life that were straight up causing like depression and anger. The music I was listening to, um, shows I was watching, people I was going around, my living environment. Once I started getting healthy, and it's always a lifelong thing, but once you start getting healthy, you start correcting those things, you start looking at things differently. I don't lash out at people like that anymore most of the time. Still human, I have my moments, but in the moment, I'll stop and I'll ask myself, you know, is this you? Did you do something? And if I haven't done anything, then I know it can't be about me. It's about that person. So what I've come to do is to ask them if they're doing okay today. I'll ask in a kind voice, like, are you having a bad day? Like, because 99% of the time, that's all it is. They just don't know how to handle it or whatever. But just bringing it up and talking about it usually relieves the tension, and it stops all that, and we can get on with it, and that person feels recognized and heard, and then I'm not offended, and it's not ruining my day. It's a learning moment for me and for that person, for the others around us that might happen to be watching. It's just, yeah, that's a really important thing to try to work on within ourselves, is if we want peace, we have to live peace. And yeah, my life has changed since I started this path. I live in peace 99% of the time. Even when I'm having issues, I'm still at peace. But yeah, that's a little ramble about me anyway. Okay, but I am going to read you the love card. Oneness. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and an exploring? Perfect. When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. That's beautiful. And that's just talking about our interconnectedness and how we are all connected. We all come from the same source. Our outsides might look different, but we are all, it's all the same. We all, want for the same thing, peace and love and acceptance, and we all have a reason to be here. We all have a reason to be here as one family. Yeah, and just getting to that point where we're living it. Our daily outside lives are reflecting that as well, and in unity. And I have faith that we're on the way there. I yeah, I pray for that every day, and I know that we're getting there. But yeah, that's the tarot read. Um, what I'll do now is pull an oracle card, and I'm going to do the Moonology Oracle Guidebook by Yasmin Boland. Guidebook. The Moonology Oracle cards. You guys got to give me some time. I haven't done too many of these, so I'm learning as I go. But yeah, feel free to leave me a comment and, introduce yourself if you're watching. And, yeah, I'll try to. I speak a lot about experience when I go through these cards. It's just, that's all I have is my experience and the learnings I've had so far on this path, on this earthly plane that we live on, but yeah, let's see. I have one card for it. One card for the collective. One card for the collective. So, bear with me, guys. I'm going to take this guy who popped out. A waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. So again, just like the entire message from this card is like, or from these cards, I should say, is just like, keep doing you and keep moving on and believe in yourself and start, just doing that, doing personal work. And, once we start healing, it honestly starts healing, first of all, our generational line, and then it starts healing the world, right? Because it's felt in your next generation, and then that generation after, and it goes on. I think there's something about 7 generations your feelings, what you go through and what you put out there will affect. So let's see, a waxing moon. I gotta look for this. I don't know if I've ever had the waxing moon before. Right there, 98. Let me see. Waxing moon. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. So perfect, right? And it says, attuned to the moon. I know I'm headed in the right direction. So say this to yourself. Just trust in yourself, right? Those gut instincts that you get, they're there for a reason. Trust it. Additional meanings for this card. It says the situation is full of potential. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed, and keep moving forward. The teaching is the waxing cycle is a period of the lunar cycle from new moon to full moon, and during this time the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time, and this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. So yeah, trust in yourself. It's just the overall meaning from this, what I get, I really love it. I think it's just a really beautiful meaning, and I hope that it's it resonates with some of you. I know that you know, things at times might seem hard, but just when you're in that moment, look around you at all that you have and be grateful for it. Be grateful for if you're lucky enough to still have your health, to be able to walk and use your hands and use your voice and you can see. These are things we take for granted, and it's truly a blessing, right? If you have a roof over your head and food in your fridge and a bed to sleep on, these are great blessings. And then, like, there's so many blessings all around us, so many blessings. And once you start attuning to those blessings and being grateful for them every day, oh, it just creates such peace. It does absolutely create peace. And just learning how to be present and stay present, with the people that you're around. Get off your phones. Get off your phones. It's such a killer, man. Like, it kills the moment of things that could be created, things that could be shared, things that can be felt. That cell phone and that technology is robbing us all. It absolutely is, and we need to learn how to put it down and talk to the people in the room with us. Be present and be honest, be true to yourself, right? Just trust what you're feeling, and if you have an urge to speak up, if somebody, don't be afraid, speak up. And give yourself time. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. I'll be learning every day until the day I leave this earth and this vessel of mine. But I just keep doing that. I keep, with open arms, open arms. I welcome all the learnings and teachings that are coming my way, and I'm so grateful for everything I've gone through, the good and the bad. I'm almost more grateful for the bad. Honest to God, I swear to God, I'm more grateful for the bad, because you can never truly feel good if you've never felt bad, if you've never been hungry, or, you know, I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, and things aren't perfect, but you make it what you make it. It's your perception, and you're totally in charge of that. Free will. Free will is there, and it's always ours. That's why these cards can say whatever they want to say, but in the end, you're the creator of your life. We are all the creators of our life. We are the I am, right? Like, I am God, and you are God. We're all our separate gods. We have it inside of us, and that's why every scripture and most religions and all that, it's all about looking within. Spirituality, that's, I'm spiritual, right? But everything starts within, and once you look within and you start healing, those child wounds, um, you'll start seeing a difference, and you'll start that true love for yourself. Just have faith, you guys, okay? And yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to try to start coming back. I've been doing just collective reads. I haven't really broken it down by zodiac, but it is something I do want to start doing. And I do follow other readers, and they're great readers, and I kind of been planning what I'm going to do around that, like a Monday to Thursday type thing, reading the air elements, and going through each day through elements, just to give in more individual readings, I guess, to each of those. Let me know what you think. I believe I'll start on Monday. That would be August the 3rd, the full moon. That's like perfect day. Yeah, I think I actually will start on Monday, but I will get that all set up. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. And yeah, take care. Namaste.